Assalamu alaikum, Yakub. And then welcome to the panel. I think he's Christian. Kat.
That's right. What's up? I'm Eastern Orthodox, and the topic seems to be how the Trinity isn't three gods. If that's correct.
Yes, sir. And you're
great.
Welcome to talk to Jake about it. Go ahead.
Oh, that would be real nice. So if we define God as energy or essence, that would be numerically one. Therefore, it's not three gods.
There's only one energy?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get that from?
St. John of Damascus.
Okay, and what about Gregory Palamas?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you affirm his understanding?
I do. It's the same as St. Damasene's.
He says there's only one energy?
Yeah, one surge of motion.
I don't think that's correct, bro.
I mean, I've read St. Damascene and St. Gregory Palamas, so...
You have?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, so why does he say that there's more than one energy?
Because he's taking it as an antinomy, namely, the energy is being indivisibly divided. Like, there's one surge of motion, which can be manifested in, like, justice, love, mercy, etc.
Mm-hmm. And are the energies identical to the essence?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, again, where are you getting that from?
From St. Gregory Palamas. Want me to pull up the quote?
Well, before you do, I'm just trying to get your understanding. Are the energies eternal?
Yeah.
Are they all eternal?
Can you repeat that question?
Are they all eternal?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that anything that has a beginning in time is created?
I do.
And does Gregory Palamas say that?
I think you're referring to the triads for this gotcha question, I presume.
No. I'm just asking.
Yeah, you're referring to the triads. So energy is taken as a homonym, which can refer to energema or manifestation or phanerosis. And in that sense, sure, some energies taken colloquially, by virtue of being a homonym, yeah, they can have like a beginning in time.
And are they created?
I mean, we're using energy colloquially referring to the manifestation.
Okay, and the manifestation, is it created?
Yes.
So are there any energies that have a beginning in time that are not created?
I mean, if we use energy as a raw homonym, sure.
No, you said that anything that has a beginning in time is created.
Mm-hmm.
Energies that have a beginning in time would refer to manifestation, and that would be created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're equivocating upon what energy is supposed to be.
How can I equivocate when I'm just asking you a question?
Because I'm saying that energy can be taken as a broad homonym, encompassing the energies considered as like love, mercy, justice, or it can be taken as energema, which would be a manifestation.
Yeah, and I'm saying the manifestation is something that has a beginning in time and it's created, correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that has a beginning in time that's not created?
Everything that is created is contingent, and everything that is contingent is created.
Is anything that has a beginning in time created?
Yeah.
I mean uncreated, not created.
No.
Okay. So you said you wanted to read something?
Yeah, namely, what kind of identity is being posited between essence and energy. So, let me pull up. And this is like a lesser known letter. So, we acknowledge essence and energy. This is like a lesser known letter. So we acknowledge essence and energy to be identical in the divine and supreme simplicity. There is a sense in which essence and energy are identical in God, and a sense in which they differ from one another, as is clearly shown in the writings of the Fathers.
Okay, yeah, where's this quote from?
Saint Gregory Palamas' letter to Daniel of Aeneas.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. But he said there's a sense in which they're different. What's the sense in which they're different?
That would be a formal distinction.
And what is a formal distinction? Can't hear you, sir. What's a formal distinction?
Yeah. A formal distinction is a distinction by which the reference in question is not self-subsistent, it subsists in something, it can be considered in and of itself and without referring any other formality, and is inseparable from whatever it inheres in. So like love or justice or knowledge, or when it comes to God.
Yeah, is a formal distinction prior to the mind's activity?
I mean, that is the case. That's literally the definition.
Okay, because you didn't mention that. So a formal distinction is prior to the mind's activity, and is it in the thing itself?
You're being muffled.
Is it in the thing itself?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's in the thing itself, and it's prior to the mind's activity. So how is that different than a real distinction?
Yeah. Because it falls within a broader category of like a real distinction, which would be a dissonance in identity. But I mean, it is a kind, but colloquially, real distinction is either classified as like a minor real distinction or a major real distinction, or a modal distinction.
Formal distinction is a type of real distinction?
Yeah.
Okay, is it a minor one or a major one?
Neither.
Okay, what is it then?
A formal distinction.
Yeah, and what's different about it compared to a minor or major real distinction?
Because a minor distinction could be either a relation between a part and a whole, and or a modal distinction, which will be like something's state or how it currently exists in a contingent manner. That's not the case for the energies, and neither is a major real distinction the case, because that needs some kind of opposition.
So what's the distinction between the energies and the essence? You said it's a formal distinction, but what does that amount to?
Formal distinction.
Yeah, well, what does that amount to in the case of energy and essence?
A formal distinction, as I explained.
Yeah, I'm asking you to define it in that context. What is the ontological difference between the two?
There doesn't have to be an ontological difference. There's one ontos, there's one ousia. Ontos is like it's a modification of the word ousia. So like it just means the being, and the essence and energy is one being total. So
okay. So let me cut to the chase here. Earlier you said that that anything that has a beginning in time is created. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Gregory Palamas says exactly the opposite. So I don't know where it's not. So let me read. Okay. So let me read you a quote what he said. So Palamas says, and I quote, "There are, however, energies of God which have a beginning and an end, as all saints will confirm. Our opponent thinks that everything which has a beginning is created. This is why he stated that only one reality is unoriginate, the essence of God, adding that, quote, what is not this essence derives from a created nature. But even if this man considers that everything that has a beginning is created, we, for our part, know that while all energies of God are uncreated, not all are without beginning." So he explicitly says that there are energies which have a beginning in time, which are uncreated, and he is representing his opponent as having the view that everything which has a beginning is created, which is exactly what you said. So you are the opponent of Gregory Palamas.
That's false. And as I said, you would equivocate as you did. I recommend reading Dr. Ticampino because he's referring to energy as a homonym, which encompasses both energy in and of itself and energema.
I've already read him.
That's great. So what would something contingent?
To read him?
Because you're making a fallacy of equivocation.
No, I'm not. I just read you exactly what Gregory said.
Okay, and you do not know how to read because you're illiterate. It's referring to energema.
I'm illiterate? How?
Because it's referring to energema. And if you read Dr. Ticampino, you would understand this.
Do you think I read him?
I mean, it doesn't seem to be the case.
Okay. Let me see if I can find the book here. I'm just looking for it in my library.
And it would probably be either chapter 5 or 6 pertaining the energies, whether they have a beginning or in time.
Say that again?
So it's going to be referring to one of the later chapters. Off the top of my head, it's going to be in the latter half, which would be 5 or 6. And the question is whether the energies have a beginning in time. And Dr. Ticampino does a wonderful job, like a wonderful academic job, in explicating that it's referring to energema or phanerosis, which is manifestation.
It's referring to manifestation. That's what is referring to the energies that have a beginning in time?
Yeah, which will be energema.
Why is Palamas saying that they're not created, but you said that they are?
Because you're again equivocating.
How am I equivocating?
Because energy can be taken as a broad homonym.
Okay, let me just show this 1 second here. Sorry about that. So that's the text that's published by Routledge, right?
What?
That's the text that's published by Routledge.
I guess so. The purple cover. Let me grab it. I got a physical copy.
Let me show you. So, okay. This is the text you're talking about, right? Hello.
We can hear you, Jay.
Yeah, that one. Wonderful.
Is this the text that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it clear that I have the text, right? Now, let's see, does it, I'm just going to go over here and you let me know. Does it seem like I've read it?
No, because you don't understand the contents. So, like...
Does it seem like I've read it?
Yeah, you've
Speaking
read
Muslim?
it.
No.
Yeah, you've read it because I could show you my law school books and I have the same types of markings as I go through them. So, yeah. You've definitely read it. You've certainly abused that book more than once.
I think it seems like I've read it, bro. I don't know.
No, it seems like it to me.
It's clearly marked and highlighted with different highlighting, different writings and inscriptions that show you've written it over a course of time too, because there's different colored ink and different types of pens, by the way.
That's kind of crazy, right? Like how you called me out on like a very... Yeah, you called me out like on like a very random book, which I just happen to have in my library, and I actually did read.
Hey, Kat,
and
open your camera.
Yeah, you would have understood that it's referred to as energema.
Yeah, Kat, would you be able to show the same thing? Could you actually put your camera on and show me the same thing?
Yeah, can we see your book?
I don't really want to compare my book with the crayon scribbles of a toddler. So.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
okay. So hold on. Let me get this straight, Kat. So let me get this straight. He bought the book used, and it was already pre-highlighted, right?
I mean, I don't really care about his highlights because he doesn't.
Do you know what the difference between reading and understanding is, bud?
I mean, that's what I'm testing Jake on, and he fails miserably.
Okay. Well, it seems to me he's keeping up with you, buddy.
And by the way, it's chapter 3, activities that begin and end, energies
Yeah.
as the
So
actuality and
can you
actualization.
put your camera on and show us the book and show us that you read it?
I don't have the possibility to turn my cam on.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Why not?
I don't know. The option doesn't highlight.
I invited you to turn your camera on. Turn your camera on. Yeah, let's see your book.
So now we want to compare
Let's just see your
transcribbles.
notes. No, I want to see your notes. Like, what's your education on this subject matter? Do you at least own the book?
Okay.
I don't need to see crayon scribbles. I just want to see. I just want to see what you actually know. Like, can you show me you even own the book and have the book and have read the
I
book?
mean, we're testing who knows the book because I'm referring to technical
Okay,
terms.
Jake, would you read a random section from the book and let's ask the brother what the next paragraph is going to say? So let's just compare if you even have the book. Let's do a read along. Jake, would you like
I'm reading the book right now. I got it in front of me.
So open your
Referring
camera.
to
Let's see
chapter
the book.
3.
Oh, you're on
Activities at
chapter
the beginning.
3?
Yeah,
Yeah, let's see your book.
Yeah. So you have a hard copy or a soft copy digital?
a hard copy.
Okay. So why can't you show us?
Because it's better to test you whether you understand the text, because I'm referring to energema and other technical
Okay,
terms.
you're trying to test me when I clearly have the text, I clearly have read it, I clearly understand it, but yet
So
you, on a very basic thing about Gregory Palamas, you didn't actually know.
okay, and your gotcha question that's answered within the book itself,
You know,
because
he
it's
was
taking
using
energy
Chat
as a homonym.
GPT and he got a reference and he quoted the reference and now he's stuck. That's what I feel like is going on right now.
It happened, right?
No, I just read St. Gregory Palamas. I'm familiar with the language. I'm familiar with the Greek.
Well, I
And
could
it's
tell you that
one
the
that's on it.
confidence in your voice has changed because, like, you came in like with a lot different tone, and the way you sound now, like you got caught, like you feel guilty. Hey, please stop
I
writing,
mean, I
everybody,
caught,
guys.
Can I
caught
just
Jake on
ask
a
him
pretty
something for
important
personal
gotcha.
clarification,
Yeah, no
real
problem.
quick?
But
So,
my
That's
mods,
fine.
stop rising and stop rising anybody else, or I'm gonna strip all mods. Last warning. And I'm not opening comments till the likes get to 100,000. This is disrespectful to Echi Jake. He shows up on the app. I want to see 100,000 likes. Otherwise, I will never open the comments. Wallahi. And I said it. Go ahead.
I just want to ask him something for
And
personal
this is a
clarification,
pretty
if I can.
important
So,
question.
you believe?
I
Hold
mean,
on. If I'm understanding you correctly, did you say that manifestations are creation?
Yeah,
Is Jesus a manifestation?
in his humanity, sure.
Okay, but in his divinity, he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Is begetting the same as manifesting?
No, it's not.
So
Begetting
anything
is
that's
an eternal
begotten is not a
energy.
manifestation?
Begottenness pertaining to the divine essence, that's not even an energy,
What? Okay, what's the difference?
because it's not an energy.
Is the Father an energy?
No, he's not. It's a person.
Holy Spirit's not an energy either, right?
He is a person.
And so is God an energy?
Sure.
Is the Father God?
Yeah,
Is the Father not an energy?
because of their formal distinction.
He's formally distinct from God.
No, the energy is formally distinct from God, and God considered as
Energies
essence.
you have now?
I mean, energy referring to like something like love or justice.
Am I
And by the way,
speaking like a weird form of English, man?
no, I think you're just trying to G-check me on a topic you're unfamiliar with, so it's looking pretty bad for you.
Here's the thing. You're saying that God, you're saying that there's created divine beings. That's what you're saying.
How do you even infer that?
No, here's the thing, bro. The guy literally said before, he said that the manifestations are created, and those are the and those are the things which have a beginning and time. But I'm saying Gregory Palamas says exactly the opposite. The guy who he's
That's not
trying
true.
to. Okay, so I'm reading
Because
directly here.
Mhm.
I'm reading directly here from the Triads. It says, there are, however, energies of God which have a beginning and an end, as all saints will confirm.
That's important.
Our opponent, i.e. you, thinks that everything which has a beginning is created. This is why he has stated that only one reality is unoriginate, the essence of God, adding that what is not this essence derives from a created nature. But even if this man considers that everything that has a beginning is created, we, for our part, know that while all the energies of God are uncreated, Not all are without beginning. In other words, there are some energies which have a beginning in time and are uncreated, which is what you deny. Then he says, indeed, beginning and end must be ascribed, if not to the creative power itself, then at least to its activity. That is to say, to its energy as directed towards created things. Moses showed this when he said, God rested from all the works which he had begun to do. Yes. How then would the super essential one not be different from its proper energy? ? But he asks, are the unoriginate energies identical with the super essential one? There are among them some which have an end, but not a beginning, as Basil the Great has said concerning the prescience of God. The super essential essence of God is thus not to be identified with the energies, even with those without beginning, from which it follows that it is not only transcendent to any energy whatsoever, but that it transcends them to an infinite degree and an infinite number of times, as the divine Maximus says. So very clearly, that's the whole section. I didn't leave out any context whatsoever. That's the whole section being quoted. No, I did not. What did I leave out?
Okay, because of the homonym that is being used, aka energy, because there's a super essential one and there's one that begins and ends.
What did I leave out from the quote, from the text?
I mean, because you're obviously being very rhetorical out here and trying to equivocate the different senses of energy. So
no,
if you
what did I leave anything out of the text? Did I leave anything out of the text?
I mean, depends on how you present it, and the way you present it is pretty.
Did I leave any words out of the text that are supposed to be there?
No, you didn't.
I mean, now you're giving a fuller rundown of the quote, which I appreciate.
Did you answer the question? Did I leave anything out of the text itself when I quoted it? Did I leave any words out?
Not in the text read, but in the text quoted. Yeah.
What's the difference between the text read and the text quoted?
Because you're pulling a gotcha contingent upon equivocating the word energy.
No. I asked you, in what I just read, is there anything from Gregory Palamas's words from that text, which I just read, that I did not say out loud?
With your prior quote and your gotcha question, yeah, you were inauthentic compared to now when you read the fuller quote, when it refers to the super essential energy and the energy that begins and ends at the level of time. And if you have Dr. Ticon Pino's book open, I would like you to go to page 89.
The essence that has the energy that has a beginning and time, does he say it's created or uncreated?
Repeat that question.
The energies that have a beginning and time, does Palamas in the quote say that they're created or uncreated?
The underlying reality or energy taking, like creating, yeah, sure, that's uncreated. But the manifestation, or when it's visible, that's contingent. So it's a twofold reality.
No, that's not what I asked. I said the energy itself, which has a beginning and time, is it created or uncreated?
And now you're going to start equivocating. So I'm going to appeal to St. Palamas too.
The energy which has a beginning and time, is it created or uncreated?
Okay, so do you want me, St. Palamas, to explicate?
I just want you to answer the question, and then you can expand.
Okay, I can answer this question by reading St. Palamas, where he
you can
explains
answer it. You can answer it by telling me, is it created or uncreated, and then you can expand from there.
A false dichotomy based on equivocating the word energy.
Okay, so what's the third option? Is it, if it's not created or uncreated, what's the third option?
Because you're taking energy and energema under the same broad homonym energy.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm asking you.
Want me to read St. Palamas on this?
I'm asking you, is Palamas saying that the energies that have a beginning and time, are there any that are uncreated?
Sure.
They are? Well, before you said no.
Yeah, because I'm taking energy as a homonym pertaining energema.
Okay, so what is the energy which has a beginning in time, which is uncreated?
Something like justice, and when justice is manifested, like when we see as Sodom and Gomorrah.
And when it's manifested, it's uncreated?
The underlying reality that is being manifested, that is uncreated, but a manifestation in and of itself that is created and contingent.
Is the energy something that has a beginning in time?
Depends on what you pick out. Are you picking out the manifestation or the underlying reality?
Does the underlying reality have a beginning in time?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so then it can't be referring to the energy.
It can.
How?
Because energy is a homonym. Want me to read St. Palamite?
No, the thing that has a beginning.
Oh, so you don't want me to read
The
St.
thing that
Palamite?
has a
That's quite
beginning in
dishonest.
time. The thing that has a beginning in time is not something which is created. That's what Palamite says.
Wait, so on the topic of St. Palamite, you don't want me to read St. Palamite?
No, what I'm
Would you
saying
like
to you
explicated
is, I
question?
just read to you,
That
Palamite.
seems to be pretty
I
soft.
just
I mean,
read
I'm
to you,
gonna read him too.
Palamite. I just
You
read
gotta
to you,
read him too.
Palamite. I just read to you, Palamite,
Then I'm
where
gonna
he
read him too.
explicitly says that the thing that has a beginning in time is not created, and you're denying that.
I'm not denying that because it's taking energy as a homonym.
No, it's saying the thing that
Yeah,
has
and
a
I'm gonna.
beginning in time. You are not affirming that something that has a beginning in time is not created.
I mean, it depends upon what sense of energy.
It's
or
referring
what's
to the
meant
sense of the
take.
thing that's not eternal, that has a beginning in time.
So want me to read St. Palamite?
No, I just told you the thing
you
that is
don't want
not
to.
eternal, which has a beginning in time, is uncreated according to Palamas, and you deny that.
Okay, so it depends upon the semantic range or energy that is.
All right, speaking. I think we're done here. We could drop this clown.
So you don't want me to read St. Palamite?
We could get rid of him. Yeah.
And here are a couple of quotes in support of my position. The essence of the Spirit is completely hidden, while the energy of the Divine Spirit, manifested φανερουμένη through its effects, begins and ceases at the level of manifestation. Without the creatures, as we have said, attaining to eternality, but the energy of God does not, for this reason, begin and cease unqualifiedly, for God, who is always active, has an unceasing energy, ever seeing all things and providing for all things. For my Father until now is working, and I'm working. This is Palamos against Akidinos. And here's a couple of more. A divine energy, according to the Fathers, is the pre-eternal power of God, manifested φανερουμένη through creatures at the level of manifestation. It begins, but the power does not begin, wherefore the great Athanasios separates the divine energies from creatures. And another, for giving life started and stopped when the child came back to life, but giving life is not for that reason a created energy of God, and the paralytic, having received remission of sins, no longer had need for that purpose of that which brought this about. For in such things, starting and stopping belongs to manifestation, but not the energy itself, which is a divine power manifested through creatures, without the latter attaining to eternality, for the power is effortless. And this is how I would interpret the Triads quote that was appealed to. Namely, indeed, beginning and end must be ascribed, if not to the creative power itself, then at least to its activity, that is to say, to its energy as directed towards creative things. And here we read that the energy is manifested and made known through creatures.